All right, I'm back with Pat. We're doing more groundwork. I found some red flags when I started standing in the stirrups, and she jumped out from underneath me. She'd kind of been in freeze mode, which I knew she had a habit of going to freeze as opposed to relaxation. And it was just about the 10th time I'd done something when she finally had a huge physical response. And to me, that was a big enough red flag. She came out of freeze and went into full-on flight and zoomed across the arena and just dropped me on my butt because I was totally relaxed and just petting her. And anyway, it was a big red flag to me that I don't want to have to be hyper-vigilant as a rider. I want to be able to trust her enough to relax my core and pet her and not be just like ready to jump off like I might be the first time I put weight in the stirrups. So anyway, just went back to groundwork, decided to work on long lining or ground driving. Also, it's known as matching energy, working in different zones. Walk. Good. Asking her to let me guide her feet. Good. In different ways, very, in relation to her body. We did little puzzles like this. This is a figure 8 puzzle. Good. Getting a lot lighter in her draw. Good. Good. Getting a lot more comfortable on this side. Still not that comfortable on this side. But also thinking through things instead of just reacting. Instead of just bolting. Good. Walk. Good. Good. Hop. Very good. Okay, so this is a fun little puzzle. We're just going to go through this figure 8 first. I'm going to lift and point and send her where I want her to go. Good. I want her to go out and around. Tub on the left. Good. Good. Yield that hip. Good. And draw back into me. Good. And I want her to go back between the 2 tubs. Good. And I want her to go around the one on the right. Good. Good. You can see her asking questions. My left hand is not as handy, but I can tell her, yep, go that way. Good. Good. I love that she didn't leave. Good. Good. Make her way back to all these obstacles. Very good. Girl. You can see she still wants to put me on this near side. Step over here again. Just big and clumsy. Right to that riding position. Oh, good. Oh, you can still see she's not always comfortable, but rather than totally leave or totally freeze, she moves her feet a little, she comes back, she checks in. Good. Wants to look out the door there. So I can actually, good, send her forward, build that hip. Good. Good girl. Cool. Step in on this side and let her look out that door while I do what I wanted to do over here. Good. Cool. And you'll see I'm not using my stock saddle because I want to be able to touch her all over and not have her be surprised if she gets bumped by your foot or whatever. Okay. Back. Cool. Start to ask her to put her head down a little. I'll settle for softening to the side, then I want to go down. Good. Good. Backing isn't a terrible answer, but that's quite it. There. Cool. I just want to feel even a little yield when I pull down on the rope. Good. I can feel it with great, from going from a mule statue originally to having a little softness. Oh, oh. Good. Good. I'm gonna add a second line today. So right now I'm gonna start her with a single line. Use my stick like another line here. Send her forward. Nice, relaxed body language. Good. Good. Cool. Good. Ooh. And actually, I like that. Ooh. I do want her to get more and more comfortable stopping with me back here. Anywhere I say, whoa, she should be comfortable and not be concerned if she can't whip around and give me two eyes. She's not going to get in trouble. But it also, you know, I don't want to be kicked and I don't want her to run off. Just whoa and relax with me here. Good. Good. I'm going to send her forward again. Walk. And walk. Good. 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 All right, I'm going to go for the same stop. Just use that wall for support. Oh, in fact, if I can get it right here. Oh, good girl. Very good girl. I like that a lot. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. Whoa. Very good. Whoa. Whoa. Good. Good. All right, let's see here. What's the easiest way? I'm going to ask her to yield her hip. Go over. Good. There, she thought about leaving. She's watching a cat outside, but she thought about leaving and she came back. That's fine. I'll ask again. I'll go back to soft grass. There we go. Now we can go the other way. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Get myself organized. Walk. Good. I like my, my string getting put around there, like that. Good, you are. Good. 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 And you can see the benefit to doing this. Good. 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 And I've been doing a lot of this, just moving with rhythm. Just turn on some music and just drive her around. Good. Let her relax and rub on her. Get a little closer and see if I can get, whoa, very good. Whoa, in this driving position. Good, whoa. Very good. Oh, very good. All right, I think she probably earned a treat. I'm gonna, whoa, I really am gonna ask that head to come down a little bit. It came down about an inch. I'm gonna find a good cookie, a little one, but a good one. Ask her for another yield. When she gives it, I'm going to give her that cookie even lower. Good. Drawing her neck and head down. Getting rid of that guarded, emotional posture. Walk. Good. You can see she's still not totally cool moving with me in her bubble. This would be what we call a matching energy drill. Good. But she still needs tons of that, and I'll keep doing it with her, but, it shouldn't make her uncomfortable to walk in the same space as you and have you kind of match energy with her and move with her. She should trust you in whatever space you're in and whatever energy you're in. So, with her at her age, it just takes quite a bit of repetition and finding holes and addressing them, and now that she's staying present and thinking, and responding instead of reacting, she's learning very fast. All right. You go ahead and pull. Good girl. I'm going to stick this other rein on her. Pull. down away from the camera. Good. Yeah, you're doing it. All right. You're all right. Ooh. But if you stop, she's all right. Let me connect with her again. Try it again. Good. Ooh. Ooh. Let her get a little rude with her head, but it'd be easier for me if she would put it down. And as she puts it down, I get more polite with Byron too. So what happened? She lost visual contact, felt something touch her butt, decided she needed to drive, big girl. But this is a safe place for her to try that and then decide, oh, actually I want to connect with you again. Walk. Good. Good. I'd rather have those conversations in here than outside. Good. Good. All right, I'll let her think about trying that again. You're okay, walk. In fact, if she wants to let me, you're okay. Yeah, you're okay. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Oh. Good girl. I was gonna say if she wants to let me, I'd be happy to whoa and to show her you're all right. Whoa. Good. Very good girl. Good. 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 All right, now we're going to drive this direction. I'm going to bring her here to the right. You're okay. Or to the left. You're okay. At least you get that idea. Yeah, you're all right. Very good girl. Here we're going to turn right. Good. 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 Walk. Yep. Walk. Good. Good. Walk. 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 Good. Good girl. Walk. Walk. Good. 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 That's good. We're going to switch eyes. See how that goes. Good job. Very good. Walk. You're all right. Yeah, you're all right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just walk in there and rub on her. Oh, good girl. Oh, you're all right. I know. You're all right. Oh. Oh. Good. Maybe you can give her a cookie. She tolerated a lot of that stuff touching her. Very good. I want to make her want to come to school every day, right? And I want to be able to put a little pressure on her and have it still be a good deal. Good. I kind of stopped there because she was just stopped chewing. So much pressure. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this line. Here. Good. Flop that over her head again. Yeah. Good. Good. That's pretty come down a little bit. And all this movement and touch and everything, all these lines all around her is all good for her. And I will start using my lines through my stirrups some too, because you know, to keep recalibrated. But this is actually very good for her. All right, walk. Good. Good. Walk. You're all right. You're all right. Good. You're okay. Walk. You're okay. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Walk. Walk. Good. Very good. Apple. Sloppy. And there you can see I don't know I got too long. If you stepped on it, my apologies. So good. I usually say line up. Good, line up. Yeah, I like that a lot. So this is huge for her. She used to really not like to come in this close where I can touch her. I'm going to ask her for one more step, and then I'm going to give her this big apple cookie. Line up. Good girl. Good. I'll rub on her while she eats it, and just let her chill for a minute. All right, ready? Good. Pat, line up. I love that she shifted her weight. It's better. Sometimes it's helpful. You jump in the thing, kind of bring everything outside. Good. There you go. All right. Good. Pretty good. And so, if they want to leave, they can either go back to the cave thumb, good, which might be easier for her, or they can play with lining up on the outside. But the only place we rest is on that line. Good. 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 Line up. Good. I love that she just comes and talks it out. Good girl. She doesn't, of course, know that verbal, but she knows the body language and the touch. Come here. So I can draw her. Pretty easy. Yeah, I love that on the outside. My focus is split, which kind of weirds her out. But she's getting much more tolerant of that. Sometimes not good. Not as tolerant of our, quickness, but she's getting more tolerant of our split focus, with our tendency to be doing two things at once. It's hard for an animal to understand. Maybe not that way. They're just doing the thing to do it. Yeah. I'm gonna ask her to step up here again. Pat, line up. And there she's off her line. I don't care. That's as close as she's gotten on the outside. Now she's got to figure out this pattern that there's a little pressure happening until she's found that sweet spot of lining up. Good. Pat, line up. Good. A little bit off her line. Just gonna help her out. Pat, line up. Good. Line up. I'm bumping her ribs since I'm going to want to be doing her leg. Good. A little bit much, right? All right. Good girl. Now, so we go back and correct bump on this side. Good girl. Cool. Good. Good. Over. 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 Good one. There you go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. She did have to get a little further from the mounting block to come right in front of me, so I'll accept it. Good. Yeah, that's a weird flavor like that. She got a herbal hippie cookie. Good. I'm gonna ask her to line up a little tighter. Over. Over. Good. She's getting way better about little small movements. Everything doesn't have to be a huge physical response. We'll give her the apple cookie. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, ask her to come up a little closer. Pat, line up. Good. And I kind of threw her off balance there. I kind of pulled to the outside. But I still am not going to take pressure off. Good. There. Good girl. Tell. Good. Good. Line up. Line up. Line up. Hey. There it is. Good. Good. All right. Over. Good job. You can see by the time you teach this whole drill that she is pretty much just begging you to get on by the time you get through doing this for a while. This is probably going on a week. I've been playing with this. Good. And this is the most I've asked her to offer, and that's really good. Before, I was like leaned out in space trying to just touch her big head. She was just not coming close when I was up high on something. So, I mean, I might get a step, but then I'd have to try to reach out there and reward that step, because that's all I was getting. So this is great. I love it. Oops, throw my pleased when you get gentle enough to enjoy getting scratched on a little bit, huh? Good. All right, well, I'm pretty pleased with her. I'll just put the flag while I'm up here. Before I quit. Ooh, good. Yeah, brand new crackly flag. It is not an invitation to run me over. Good. We are doing one other fun one. I'm just gonna make sure my dang camera is still going. This is the second take on this video. Excellent. I see it as a long video, so I'm just gonna give her one chance to try this one. Been building her confidence and all kinds of weird stuff, but I want her to get confident enough to like to go touch stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can send her to that ball. She says I'd rather not. There you go. There you go. Good. 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 Yep. Good girl. Yep. Good. Good girl. There. You don't like that guy? So, just kind of a fun confidence building, obstacle training kind of deal. Send them to touch it. They're just like before I ride her over the bridge, which the camera's, the tripod's on right now, I will send her to touch the bridge. She hasn't even got that brave yet. And then I will send her to, go over it on her own. But before I ask her to put a foot on it, I'll ask her to go up and touch it with her nose. So we'll make a video of that too sometime. Or maybe you can see it in person. All right, this video is plenty long. It's bordering on probably my longest or second longest video ever. I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you can tell that she's come a long way, and I think the foundation that I'm building is she's gonna feel really good when we go to riding her. She's gonna be pretty broke. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye.